It has been a couple of days since we've done a quick YouTube update, and that's because unfortunately I was ill. So before we dive into today's price action and what you can potentially expect next, what I will do this time is quickly recap everything that happened last week so we can understand where price is sitting at right now. So let's do it very quickly because I have done it in Monday's live stream. Okay, but since last Sunday's live stream, we had shared one short position, which was this one, and our target was, of course, my support area around $111,000. And this one, as you can see, played out very nicely. So then, when we dropped to my support, I was looking for longs. I took two longs this time. One was a small loss, and one was a nice win. I then moved my stop loss to entry, and then the next day, price came back down, broke my support, and I got stopped out the rest of my long position. So then after that, I wasn't too interested in looking for long simply because I didn't have a support below this area. So I wanted to wait for a sign of strength to open a long position and then ride the trend higher. So I was just waiting at this point. Not much was happening. We did upload an update. I think it was inside of this range. Okay, so it was right there where I did expect to break out above these highs. And then when we got a high volume rejection, I decided not to open any long positions on the retracement. And what ended up happening is that this rejection ended up offering a decent drop before we broke out of that range. And at this point, I did expect higher prices, but that's when unfortunately I got sick, and the next time I came back was on Monday. But I did do a quick update on Sunday on the Discord, and my higher time frame view was the same. $107,500 was a critical level, and if we lost it, I would have expected much bigger drops. And in the end, of course, $107,500 acted as a very strong support levels. It offered support once, twice, and if you go over to the chart, it offered support even two more times. So with that said, this brings us on to our Monday live stream, okay? We did a stream, and mainly what I wanted to see was the rise towards at least $111,500. And what was the reason for that? Well, we can go over to the charts. We had many confluences to expect this bounce. The first one, which was very local, was that we had this partially filled 12-hour imbalance, okay? When we did the stream, price was around there, and as you can see at this point, this imbalance wasn't filled yet, and of course I was looking for that fill, so that was the first confluence to expect the bounce, and of course our support level was holding. Now the second confluence is that if you on the 4-hour, we simply had this very big wick that I didn't like at all, and on top of that you had a partially filled 4-hour imbalance just above it, and that's why I expected to move towards that wick. And finally, for one last confluence, very important, but you had the monthly pivot at $112,000. And for all of these reasons, that's why I was bullish unless we lost my support level at 107,000.5. So unless we lost that support, I wanted to remain bullish and expect at least that bounce through this area. This bounce did end up happening, and right now price is sitting around it. And personally, very quickly inside the Discord, of course, we got the drop, we got the imbalances. So even when we got that very big drop, I was still waiting for $111,500. When I saw the recovery, I took my long position at $109,500 and implemented a take profit one, as you can see, just around that wick, $111,500. And of course, I put my stop loss at entry. So that was mainly it until now. As you can see, we keep everything very simple. I am in a long position. I took profits on that rise. And right now, what can you expect next? And very quickly, by the way, actually, we have started to get active on Twitter yet again. So if you are interested in following us over there, you can. We did upload this on the 2nd of September. So that was yesterday. As you can see, what I said was exactly what I said inside the live stream. Even if you are bearish, we had a big wick to fill at $111,500. So you should have waited, at least in my opinion, for price to reach this area to open short positions. And if you open the charts, as you can see, that was it. We had the liquidity and we had the monthly pivot just above it. And this was my scenario. arise to take that liquidity and then potentially reverse to the downside. But that's it. If you want to follow us on Twitter, of course you can. We'll be active on there every single day. So back to the charts. Once again, what can you expect next? Well, on this move, we have very important things to note. If you go on the daily chart, we have a daily imbalance. So as you probably know, if you've been following us, what I want to see right here is at least the midpoint of this daily candle hold. And as you can see it very well because it's in blue, but it comes in around $110,200. So I will just put a level around that level and then go on the lower time frame to see if you have any confluence. We have a 12-hour imbalance, so I will take the open of this candle, and on the 4-hour, we also have the open of this 4-hour candle. So to me today, this is the level that looks very interesting, okay? It's the 4-hour open, it's the 12-hour open, and it comes in just below the midpoint of the daily candle, which is not a problem. And finally, for one more confluence, if you take the volume profile of this range that we put in on the low, before breaking out, what you will see is that the value area high of that range comes in right below my level. So today, to the downside, $109,700, okay, so give it an area, around this level will be a very important support. If price is able to drop before reaching the monthly pivot, because I am still expecting this one to get tapped, if price can drop before reaching it, then in my opinion, if you're not in a long, this could offer a very nice opportunity to enter a long position, target the monthly pivot, and after this, of course, we can see what happens. Do we get a rejection or do we continue higher? But to the downside, that's the one and only support that I have. It will be extremely important. If you lose it, I would honestly expect new lows, okay? So pretty simple to the downside. We have one level around $109,700. Now to the upside, my next level does remain, as I just showed you, the monthly pivot. I am still expecting this one to get tapped, especially at this point that we have put in a double top, okay? And even yesterday, as you can see, when we got the first rejection, so this one, what I said was that personally, I was still waiting for price to break above that high to reach the monthly pivot, okay? So that has been my target since we were in that range below, and I still want to see this one get reached. Now with that said, what happens if price does reach it? Well, personally, very simply, I will do two things. Either we move into it and we get a strong reaction with imbalances, in which case I will open a short position to hedge my long position, but also because I do believe that on the higher time frame, it is time to be cautious. So something like this arise into it, and then a big rejection is very possible. And even if we drop first, we could still get something like this. So down, up, and then back down. Okay, this is still very possible. However, if we break above it, then very simply, I will wait for my next target, which comes in around $115,000 to get reached, okay? So if you break this level, you have another rise to come of about $3,000. So if we get this and we reach this area, of course, I will make a new update outlining my plan. Am I expecting a rejection or simply higher prices? This will come in our next update if we do get that move higher. But for now, locally, it is extremely simple. We have one level below and one level above, which is also a target for that bounce. So with that said, a final recap. If we can drop first, then in my opinion, this could offer a very nice long position if you're not in one to take that price higher towards the monthly pivot. If you reach it and we see a rejection, then personally, I will probably be interested in opening a short position for the potential of that bigger drop to the downside. But on the other hand, if we get a drop, that would be the most bullish scenario, of course. If we get the drop, a reversal, we break that level and then continue higher, then of course aim for $115,000. So with all of that said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this update. And as usual, if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.